welcome to my YouTube channel.
YouTube channel together moving forward because the people want to see us.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. The next question is how to best go about solving or reducing the severity of a disagreement. How do we deal with disagreements?
For me, it's like I kind of try to hold those things as loosely as I can. And, you know, maybe at first if we disagree or if I feel like we're not on the same page, I can get really in my head, but it's like doing that work of like letting go and not taking things personally and recognizing that we at the end of the day want the same things. Maybe sometimes we disagree on how to access that or you know what the next step is or whatever, but I think for us, at least for me, in sort of the day-to-day littler things, like I don't feel like it really matters a lot.
Yeah.
We let those things go.
I used to feel really threatened when we disagreed because I took it personally. So if you had an opinion about something that was different than mine, I almost felt like I had to fight to have my opinion heard. And I think one of the things that has helped a lot is learning to really listen and understand the person's heart rather than making it about me. So when you're talking, I really try to hold space for like, what is Alex showing me about who he is and what's in his heart, rather than always bringing it back to like, this is an attack on you, or this is something against me, or if you disagree with me, it's personal. If you can listen, not just to understand, but to really hear the person's heart, I feel like that helps a lot, and then reflect back to them what they're saying, and you're really good at that.
Yeah.
If I'm like going on some big rant, which I do often, of all my thoughts and feelings, Alex will say back to me, okay, what I hear you saying is this. Is that right? Is there anything else? And often just him reflecting back to me that he's heard me and understands me diffuses some of the maybe tension or conflict that I was feeling. So I think that tool is huge. And also, like what you said, really understanding at the end of the day, we might be saying it in different ways, but most of the time we want the same thing.
Yeah.
And when we can reconnect to what we really want, then we find that we're more often on the same page than maybe we realized.
It's almost like, you know, we got married because we have similar values and goals or something.
It's almost like we're really aligned.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. This question was, how do you keep things interesting?
I mean, you certainly do a good job of that. It's been an interesting year with COVID, obviously, and some of the bigger things that we would normally try to do, like get away, have been more difficult, I guess you would say.
Inaccessible.
Yeah, less accessible. But I think for me, I've just tried to really be creative, and Instagram is a fun friend for that, seeing what other people are doing. And, you know, like we rented this bubble tent thing, surprised Heather with it a couple weeks ago. And just like little fun things like that where I'm like, okay, maybe we can't go to Cuba right now, but I can still try to create fun memories within our neighborhood and within our city and province, and trying to play games and not like me not just go downstairs and play video games by myself for 4 hours after the kids go to bed or whatever.
It's intentionality. It's deciding that we are going to prioritize fun and play and connection. And some of the things that I have found keep it interesting is like dancing, putting on music and dancing, doing puzzles together, like going in the backyard and having a fire, or even we've been ordering in often on Friday nights and having our own kind of restaurant date night experience at home. Some of those things where we can just really connect and have time to ask good questions and listen to each other's hearts and not just talk about work, but talk about where we're really at. The Adventure Challenge book, we haven't done that many of them, but that's a fun resource. And then we also just bought a game where it's like questions that you ask each other, and I'll post the link below this video because I can't remember what it's called right now, but that game has been, I mean, we've only done it a couple times, but just like really getting to dig into each other's hearts and realizing that there's so much that we don't know about each other.
Yeah.
There's so much to discover. My grandma Weeb used to say, marriage isn't about changing a person, it's about discovering them. And I think we often get to a point where we're like, I know you, you know me. There's so much more to learn, and if you really believe that, then you'll keep pressing in to discover more, and that keeps it really interesting because you're surprising me all the time. Like,
you're certainly surprising me.
Yeah. I didn't know that, like, he bought this smoker, now he's like cooking a lot of the meals, and I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
And part of it is just discovering more about yourself too.
Yeah, that's right.
Like being brave and taking vulnerability and starting from that place of, really with yourself first, like invest in yourself first and love yourself first.
Yeah.
And then from that, you'll have such an amazing foundation where you're not being as like needy and codependent, and you can really get to love and explore with the other person, as opposed to feeling like you need them to like complete some part of you. I don't believe that that's, at least not for me, a healthy or a helpful story.
Yeah.
Like I think it's far more powerful to say like I don't need you, but I choose you because you're incredible, and
that's hot.
And I want to discover more of you, and I can't wait till we're 50 years from now still learning things. And that's so much more fun than feeling like you have to be with someone.
Yeah.
Or you need them.
Yeah, I think the shift from needs to wants has been really powerful for me and in our relationship. It's like what you said, it's like instead of I need you to do these things, I need you to speak my love language, I need you to check these boxes, it's like this is what I want, and if you also want it and there's a want match there, then we get to experience that together, as opposed to it being some form of control.
Yeah.
So that's definitely helped us connect and help us keep things interesting. And I think that also answered the other question, which was like ideas for date nights or fun things to do together. So we hit two birds with one stone there.
Well, and I think one of the things that was fun through this all is I discovered that I really like spoiling you.
Oh.
Right? Like, and so I think you found out that you enjoy being spoiled.
I do enjoy being spoiled.
And like being able to like let go of
making the plan.
Yeah.
It's
been so cool, and it's amazing how more we get in touch with our own hearts and our own desires and becoming more grounded as people individually.
Yeah.
The more we're actually becoming the people that the other person is drawn to.
Yeah.
It's like there's this weird thing sometimes where we feel like if I become more like independent, that's going to push the other person away. But I don't think we're becoming more independent. We're becoming more whole, more grounded, and out of that strength and rest, I'm able to give something so much more pure and kind to you and myself.
Yeah, and along with that, for me, it's been letting go of control and surrendering to the process and being open and being present and in the flow. And that's the whole like masculine feminine energy, which we could probably do a whole other video on that.
Yeah,
sometime.
I mean, maybe ask me in a year. Like I'm still
we're still very much figuring it out. And a big part of why I wanted to record today's episode was I think initially it came across and it even felt like to me like, oh my goodness, we're in this totally new marriage and it's so amazing, and it is. But along with that has been a lot of struggle and a lot of challenge and a lot of us continuing to choose each other and to choose that our marriage and our connection is a priority. And it's been messy and painful and beautiful and fun, and we're still very much in the process. Leave us a comment, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, let me know if you want Alex to be in all the videos moving forward, and we'll talk to you later.